Hi guys, and welcome back to King's Aquariums in Ant World. And today we are going to introduce you to Tiny Tim, who is also from the first clutch of eggs which Lucy laid. And he's our special little baby Beardie. When he first came out of his egg and hatched out, he was still all curled up and he couldn't move, but he was breathing obviously and everything. So we got advice and we gave him a little bath, very gently washed all around his joints and everything, with just some cotton wool. And over the next hour, he was then able to move around, which was good. We were warned he probably wouldn't make 24 hours, so we were worried, obviously. But once he straightened out and everything, it became clear that he didn't have the use of his front right leg. That was up at an angle like it is now, and he also had a bit of skin across the back of his neck. He hadn't developed properly. His belly still had a hole and stuff, so it was hit and miss, but we kept him clean and comfortable, and the belly scabbed over lovely. His arm was still a bit not well. It wasn't shriveled up or anything at that point, but we just had to, keep going. He didn't have the strength to chew food, so we had to give him a mixture of liquid food. Organic baby food is what we used, and we mixed reptile vitamins in, and obviously the calcium powder, and we'd just lick that off the end of the syringe. You can see how his arm looked after he was born there, at an angle. I think the bones are fused in it, and his hands and that weren't developed in that arm either. He was in a poor old way, bless him, but we just made sure we could care for him as best as we could, and just hope that he survived and everything. But he started getting a lot more energy and he could run around. He can also climb things too, climb branches and stuff, even with that arm as it is. But he slowly went from only having 1 or 2 drops of food a day to having a good few drops. He was getting a good appetite and everything. He loves nothing better than basking in the hot sun, and he loves baths as well. He would live in a water bowl if you could let him. And as I said, he climbs. If he's sitting on me and I've got a cardigan on, he'll happily run up and down my arm, on the sleeve and everything. He's doing so well, and we're really pretty pleased with him as well. But obviously it was a challenge to get him to start eating and everything, but now he is eating, so we're just really pleased with that, and hopefully he continues to just thrive as he is. We obviously don't house him in with the other baby Beardies either, because we don't want him to get bullied or anything. He is a lot smaller than them. He's about half their size. His growth is quite stunted now, but he's eating more and more now and doing really well. So hopefully he's starting to grow a bit now and everything. So hopefully he will be good. He was born at the beginning of April is when they all started hatching out. So he's probably about 4 or 5 weeks old. I can't remember the exact date off the top of my head. He's just a super cute little tiny one. We call him Tiny Tim after Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol, if you're familiar with that book. So he's just lovely, and he's full of personality, and he's doing so well at the moment. So this was a big milestone for him. He started eating mealworms. I had one on a tweezer and I just put it in his tub I've been doing this daily just to try and get him to eat something, and he didn't show any interest in crickets or anything like that. So I dropped a mealworm in and he went crazy, ran over to it and ate it. So that was really good, because now he's obviously getting the protein he needs. But we can't get him to eat anything else. So we're struggling there, but we keep trying and offering him. He did try some veg this morning. He didn't really like it, but we're just going to keep trying. But he's growing so nicely. His arm's gone a bit withered, but we're just keeping it clean and everything. And the skin on the back of his neck's gone hard and pulled away, and he's grown scales underneath it and everything, so that should come off with his next shed. But he's doing so well. He's eating, he's running around, He's got a nice appetite. Today he had 2 mealworms, and normally he'll only have 1 a day. So he's had 2 today. So he's obviously feeling happy. And he's been outside and he's had a nice bask in the sunshine on my hand or my shoulder. Just make sure he doesn't fall off. He's fine. He loves it. He's a very cute little pancake when he's doing that. And we're just so happy that he seems to be doing really good. You know, he's about 4 or 5 weeks old now. So he's doing really well, considering we were told not to expect him to last past around 24 hours. So here's a picture of him basking, enjoying the sunshine with a nice grumpy, classic bearded dragon side eye. I don't think he approved of the photo taken. And here is another little picture of the little cutie enjoying one of his mealworms. Please send Tiny Tim some love in the comments, and thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.